Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, no matter where you are in the world. This is Howie, and I'm here to help you win with money. Right now is Thursday, March 11, 2021, fourth day of week number 10, and the Dow is at a new all time record. And this week has been good. It's been green all week. Well, actually not all week, but it's pointing up, and I know a lot of us are happy because of Nasdaq is bouncing up, S&P look like is rebounding. So I already did a trade already, but I'm going to talk through some other things that I'm going to do. And before we do, let's just talk about if you want to reach out to me and talk to me, join a Facebook group. Investing 102 is where you can find me. Let's just talk about Bitcoin real quick. I'll hit a refresh button just to make sure the price is updated. 57,000 is really awesome for Bitcoin. The other ones are doing red, which is weird. Most of them, they always move in sync. Don't know why, and I don't really care. Dollar cost average into it, 1% if you are a skeptic, 2% if you're a believer, and if you're a speculator, obviously people load up on it. I'm not recommending that, but you do what you want. It's your money. Let's go to ETrade and see what I did. First thing you're going to do is I'm going to go into here. You're going to see my, here goes FSLY. FSLY has moved up today. You can see from this at 10 o'clock, FSLY is already up 5.5%. So let me show you what I end up doing in my portfolio. What this is saying is I close a cover call that was expiring next Friday, a $70 strike price, and this is a cost. So you can say, hey, I lost $465. But look what I did. At the same time, you open a new cover call, and I pushed it 2 weeks out, and I raised it $1.50. And if you look at this, I still collected, it looked like I collected $99 to do so. So this is why rolling is important. It doesn't even matter if it's in the money, out of the money. You can still roll forward. This means I put an extra $1.50 of value in my pocket by adding another 2 weeks of time premium. And I collected $99 for doing so. So that is the first trade. Let's now look at some other trades I can do right now. Okay, I see another trade that I can do. You see I own 100 shares of this, and this I did a video on a couple weeks ago. I paid at the very peak, and I'm okay with that. I'm not a market timer. I will make money every week or every month on cover calls. So here you go. This here is gonna push and retest. It may go in the money, so I'm gonna actually roll this out again. And I already did that 2 days ago, but I'm gonna do it again. And I'm going to show you why you can get away with something like that. So I can push it up out 1 week and collect 15 cents. Now for me, 15 cents may be worth it or it may not be worth it. So I'm going to play around with some other things here and see what I can get. So this is saying I may do, let me play with the numbers. 2 weeks, $24. Nah, you know what? Maybe I'll do something like this. So there's no right answer. I'm just trying to collect extra profit. I don't know what's going to happen next week or the week after, but I do want to push it out. I want to collect a little bit bigger premium. And I think I can probably get something like this. So let's do 43 bucks. You minus the commission, and this is what you get, 41. So let's put in that trade. And let's see what happens here. That trade is still sitting there. Let's try to, for video purposes, normally I can just let it sit there and wait, but for video purposes, you have to, none of you like watching me trade. It's just boring after a while. So we'll just try to do this as fast as we can. We'll try to get the order in. That still didn't work. You see I'm have to lower my price. Realistically, it's probably going to be even lower. This is the danger of having a wide bid ask. You're not going to get the price you want. And there you go. It went across. Okay, let's look for the next trade. And while we were just waiting, SKECHERS just went across. It went across for 11 cents. Let me just delete some of these useless things. So you'll see SKECHERS, I just rolled another cover call. I rolled it out again and another strike price up. So this is out and up. Net premium. This is a small premium, $11 minus a commission, 10 bucks. So I want to show you this one. S&P is up $3.28, less than 1% move. You see these? These are April 1st ones. I have an Iron Condor 6 contract. I'm going to hit the close button. I'm going to scroll all the way down here, hit the close. And the first thing, well, I'm still waiting. Here you go. It's 51 cents to close. I have a spreadsheet, and that's this one here. So I'm going to mark this one with a color because this is going to be my new trade. What it's telling me right now is it's at 392, I think. So if you just do this to all the S&P 500s, it is $23 away from being tested on this side. And I have 22 days left in this trade, but I want to end it. I collected $98 up front, 59. And you see, I've been in this trade now for 19 days. So it's not as good as if I would have gotten more, because on this day, I closed it on 16 days, well, which is 3 days earlier. So on Monday, I did this trade. And because I didn't do a trade, you see my averages are actually dropping, which means 59 is really not a good price. Oh, it's 51. I'm sorry. I did a mistake here. Let's type in 51. Let's see what the numbers show now. Here's the max profit. Oh, here you go. So it did go up. And my average went up slightly. So that means the time decay has definitely been better in the last day. Because yesterday I tracked it on when it was 18 days left and it wasn't as good. But today, if I can sell it for less than 51, we are golden. That means I made more money than when I sold or closed this one. So let's do that for you guys now. And for argument's sake, let's try to get it at the mid and see can we get it for $49 each. So it will cost me $300 to close. Most of that will come in a form of released buying power. Your brokerage company has held your buying power. So let's try to release it. And finally, it sold at 51. When I moved the S&P to 51, it sold. So just for argument's sake, I'm going to come in here, mark that as a close. The number of days now will not change. Let's lock in the data. It is 51. And these numbers will not change anymore. So this is what I got for it. So for today, I want to create another new Iron Condor. Here's something that I'm looking at right now. Market is hot. I want to open another one. I may push this one out a little bit wider. So here's what I'm looking at. I'm going to explain this real quick. Punching the S&P 500 in my Power ETrade. Make sure you select the right date. This is 34 days to expiration. A little bit shorter than I want, but it's okay. I already have an April 16 and I already have a April 23rd out. So I'm just trying to fill in the gaps of what's available. In the future, there's going to be a new one over here, April 19 or whatever it is. And so those will eventually come online. But because I don't have that available, I'm just going to create another one. And I already did this one yesterday. Yesterday was 35 days for expiration, but I'm going to do another one. So the odds are, I'm looking right here today at a 415 call. And that's going to be my short call. And I'm going to add a $10 whiff. So I want to go a little bit further out here, $10. So the odds are 15%. The delta is a 10. And on the put side, I'm just going to go down to somewhere around here. I'll do a 345. You see here, -7 delta, less than 1% chance of happening. So that's what I'm doing. It's a smaller premium from what I collected yesterday. So the good thing about tracking everything is you can see this. I collected this yesterday. So I'm going to create something similar. And you see the prices. I think I actually collected more than that yesterday. But I can see what I'm going to get for today. And so let's do that. So this one's saying 99. I'm probably going to get closer to like the mid or a little bit under the mid. So let's try this. So what I'm going to do is, since I already closed a 6, I'm just going to create a 5 today. And this is wrong, by the way. You see, sometimes these things are wrong. You have to hit the button, force the refresh. We'll do a 96 first. I don't think it's going to happen, so I'm not going to film all of this. I may have to do it between here. 90 cents or 92, 93 will more likely be it. Just real quickly, I want to show you what I did. I opened a new Iron Condor right here for 91 cents credit. So I'm going to put that into the spreadsheet and you'll see that. That's today's new one. 91 cents credit. So I fixed this one. I fixed this one from yesterday. I put the proper price. The reason why I got more yesterday was I did a much, it's a 10, the difference between the short call and the short put is $10 more narrow. You can see that here. It's a 60 wide total. And on this one today, I did a little bit wider on both sides. So I have a little bit more room to give. So it's a little bit safer. So I collected less premium. Again, I don't like using all the same prices. You like to have some room of flexibility. If the market swings, you don't want to overreact. Sometimes you get rid of the one that's the one that's closer to being tested. You try to correct those. So that's what I did. I have one more trade to do today. Here you see I have a Visa Iron Condor. The problem is this. Visa has been on a tear for the last 3 or 4 days. Both MasterCard and Visa has been moving. So this Iron Condor will be tested. And it may even cross into it. One of the things that I want to do is, I'm okay with that. But I want to roll this out. And you can't roll a 4-leg instrument, at least not on ETrade. So the easiest way to do it for me is, let's close. First thing I want to do is close one leg first. So we'll try that. I don't know how much I got to pay to close it. I may have to pay a lot more than I want. It may be all the way up here. But we'll try that. I'm going to walk you through this. I'm going to close my Iron Condor and then open another one. So first we have to make sure this goes across. And it did not. So I got to keep on raising the price until it does. Okay, that looks good. I finally closed it. I closed one side. Yep, you can confirm that right there. Now I'm going to show you how to fix this side. So one thing I want to do is hit the roll button. And in order to move this away from the tested side, let's figure out what we need to do. I don't know what I want to do yet. We're doing this live, so I have no idea how I'm going to do this. So I just want to move it one bucket. If I move it one bucket, you can see there is a net premium. The problem is this thing is moving so fast. I may want to move it 2 buckets and then add more time to this. So you see now it's going to cost me money. The only way to prevent me from paying is to push it further out. So you select something like this. You see how further out, and even this didn't solve it. So here's a scenario where pushing it out didn't solve my Iron Condor issues. And it's still, if I did something like that, now you're pushing it about $9 away. The question is, do I then go to June? And here you go. Which means I'm really not going to make a lot of money on this anymore. But what it does, it prevents me from losing a lot more. And I can still throw on the other side. So what I'm trying to do is collect a credit by rolling this. So let's see, can I collect 30 cents on this? It's just a single contract, by the way. So I'm not losing a lot of money. The max loss is 1,000, but being that it's moving really quickly, it makes sense for me to roll this for a credit. And then at some point, the market will revert back to the mean. And that's the concept of rolling. You can even roll in Iron Condor. So this is not going to go. So I picked a price. I'm going to start lowering it until it sells. Now, Visa, I happen to own other shares of it. So I'm okay with Visa keep on going up. Because you always got to think of your trading from a net portfolio value. And what I mean by that is, if you own 20 shares or 100 shares, if Visa keeps on going up, you should be celebrating that. Because your shares or your underlying is going up. Remember, this is a Iron Condor. I'm not doing a cover call, so I'm not limiting my upside. And this is still not rolling. I may get almost nothing for this row. You see that? It may even be closer to 10 cents. Okay, so I'm going to abandon this idea. Let's just roll it up $2.50. I think that's what I'm going to do. Or let me try one last ditch. Let's just collect $10 to do this row. That still didn't work. Let's just wait a little bit. As you can see, I finally got the Visa row forward. I moved it up $10. The next thing I want to do is I'm just going to add back in. I know I hit the wrong button, but don't worry about that. I just did that so I don't have to type anything in here. There should be no impact to my purchasing power. I'm going to throw on a put spread now on top of this existing position. So you got to make sure you pick the same dates. So this is a June. Oh, something is weird. Oh, here it goes. I'm sorry. I was looking at the wrong thing. This is what happens when you don't look at the right thing. So let me build this real quick. I may do something like this. It's $26 downside protection, and it's only $9 away from the top. And again, this is a row. I can even go maybe $5 down maybe, and I'll still collect $100. Maybe this makes more sense. I need to be cautious. There may be another drop, but I don't really know what's going to happen. So let's just collect this money right now. Let's collect 100 and let's try to get 120 for this. And if it goes in, then you'll see why rolling makes sense. And it did go across. There you go. I'm going to show you what it looks like when I completed my Iron Condor. Here's the portfolio. You see the purchasing power did not change. If you scroll all the way down to Visa, I fixed a bad trade. I moved it out in time. I moved the strike price away, and I reconstructed the Iron Condor, collected another, it did cost me money to close. I think it was 13 cents or whatever, $13, $18, I don't remember. Then I rode and I collected a small premium. It was like 6 cents or $6 to row. Then I opened up a put spread and collected another $100. But what I did was I want Visa to keep on going. I need Visa to go across 220, 230, 240. I'm okay with that. Like I said, I own some shares of Visa, so I would feel better if Visa was going up and being tested on the call side. I would feel horrible if Visa went down because I would lose money on my underlying. So that's the thinking here. That brings this video to an end. I hope you enjoyed it. Please comment below. Let me know what you think. What are you trading? How are you doing? I hope I'm able to show you how to trade and how to do it safely. The goal is not to make $1 jillion or $1 billion. The goal is if you make $5 or $10 or $20 per trade, it does add up. And what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to have a high probability trade, reduce some of the risk of the downside risk. You will lose. Don't get me wrong. You will lose. There's no if and. It's just a matter of when. The key is, can you manage your losses to make sure that your losses don't wipe out all your gains? So that's really the key in trading. I don't care how you do it. Some people like taking big bets. I take small bets and I do just fine. I want to continue that strategy. I record it so you guys can see how this strategy works. If it's something along the lines of what you like to do, you can do the same. It's much safer. I don't have to watch it every day or every week. Now I do because I create videos, but you don't have to. I put these things out 30, 40 days out. You can disappear for 5, 10 days and then manage your position that way. Thank you again. Please hit the like, subscribe. Let's do this together. Let's do this $1 at a time. As always, have a profitable day. Bye-bye.